Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and I'm going to be your tour guide today, guiding you through pick by pick, play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. If you enjoy this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. I'll make more of them. And, yeah, subscribing also lets you see them in the future. Okay, so this pack, quite weak. Our rare is a land that doesn't do anything. In non-constructed at least. This uncommon is okay, but it's very small ball, like 1/1 flyer for 1. Careening Minecart's okay. Bartolome's okay, but only in his color combo, which I have not seen coming up that often, though I have had good black-white decks. Envoy's pretty reasonable. I mean, this is maybe the worst pack I've ever seen in this format. Like, none of the commons are good. Like, legitimately none of them. Like, this is maybe the best common. I think I might just take Bartolome. Because if I do end up in black-white, it could be one of the best cards in my deck. The mine cart is another potential option, but I don't really feel that need. But yeah, this pack is like kind of a throwaway, so I'm just going to take a card that's like... In the early picks, it's often worth it to just be like, oh, this card could be the best card in my deck, so I'll just take it. Okay, this card's fantastic. I love clay-fired bricks. It is deceptively easy to get this to work. You just get you get a land, then you can use the artifact for stuff, and then you get to flip it. Cave Crawler is reasonable. I find that my 3-drop slot gets crowded, though, so not as necessary sometimes. And then Petrify is great. It almost always just kills what you care about, though there is some sacrifice stuff, as we've seen. Scytheclaw Raptor, also reasonable, but I think it's worse than Clay-Fired Bricks by a large margin. And Huatli's Final Strike pretty good. One of the cool things about the Clay-Fired Bricks is it can go in the same deck as Bartolome, though Bartolome has 0 weighing on this decision. If this was a really good like green card, I would still take it. I guess maybe it's a little bit of weighing if it was closer, but I think this card's significantly better. If it wasn't in the pack, I would probably take the Petrify, just because I think it's a good removal spell. Cave Crawl is another consideration, though. I think this card's also good. And then this card is a good sideboard card, I think, but not one I have in the main deck. That's one of the things about this format, is there's some cards that are really good in the sideboard that aren't really main deckable. Okay, Volatile Wanderglyph is quite good. As is Deathcap Marionette. No joke, this card is great. Just kind of gets you like to descend halfway by itself a lot of the time. Like, you could be like, oh, you could take a white card to follow up the Clay-Fired Bricks, but I haven't been that impressed by the Iron Paw Aspirant. These uncommons are just weak. Turning something to a 1/1 doesn't do that much. I mean, it's like a very narrow kind of kill. A more narrow kill spell than you'd like, let's just put it that way. The whip is fine. The Volatile Wanderglyph is okay, but I think I might just take the Deathcap Marionette. Wanderglyph is nice and all, but I think this card's just better. Iron Paw Aspirant also reasonable. Gnawer is fine. But I think I'm a little bit high on Glyph, and I take it too aggressively. Third picking this card's not great either, but it's better than taking an Iron Paw. This pack is just weak. Okay, now there's a Snail. I love Snail in black-white. It's like the exact card you want, because you want creatures to sacrifice that will trigger your Descend cards, and this is the perfect 2-drop for the deck. It's also just fine in any black deck. Sunbird Standard, I just don't think has a home. This card, I see people play it, but I don't understand why. It's just a 2-mana 1/4, which is okay if you're a defensive deck. I sometimes like playing 1 Ray of Ruin, but I think this is a very easy Skullcap Snail. Hurl into History doesn't really work that well. Fanatical Offering, I often end up cutting. I love Poison Dart Frog. Screaming Phantom has actually been a pretty decent performer. Could just take the Screaming Phantom. Glorifier of Suffering is one that I never really find a home for. I don't think this card's actually very good. It looks like the sort of card that would be like really good in some decks, but I don't think those decks really exist. There's not really like free sack fodder lying around all the time. So yeah, I think Poison Dart Frog is the best card in this pack. But Screaming Phantom might be my pick. I don't know if I'm ever going to miss a Screaming Phantom, though. Maybe this is a signal. Like, if I finish my draft and I don't have a Screaming Phantom, I'm not going to care. Whereas now I have the option to take this Twists and Turns. Abyssal Gorestalker can be okay in these sorts of decks. Like these like black-white decks where you like make some tokens, but I don't really have the tokens, and I just don't think this card's very good. It's just like the fact that you have to sacrifice it to itself if you like top deck it and you don't have any creatures is really bad. Here I think it's Twists and Turns over like Vetoes. Again, Twists and Turns has the potential to be one of the best cards in your deck. Rampaging Spiketail. I like having at least one land cycler in my deck, so I can run 16 lands plus a land cycler. This card's mediocre. This card's sometimes okay, but mostly medium. I think black is reasonably open. I don't know. Now I get a Screaming Phantom anyway. This card's pretty solid. We're seeing a little bit of red, but it's not like great red. And we're getting a decent amount of black as well. Getting a cave in a pack like this is perfect. I mean, Veto's Inquisitor is not particularly great. This was my opening pack, and this was maybe the second best card. We're seeing some black, some green, even though the green cards are bad. Hammer. Or Inquisitor. I don't think I ever really need the Inquisitor. We'll take Hammer. We wield Iron Paw. I almost took the Iron Paw the first time. This card is just 5 mana for a 3/2 is just too small ball in terms of stats. We might actually get to play this first pick, Bartolome. I mean, we second picked this and then we didn't see another good white card until like we're wheeling some random commons, but we could play black-green, black-white. Both color pairs I've had success with. The black cards aren't particularly great. Like, we could abandon black, technically, too. But we do have a decent number of them, which can help. And they're all solid. Wow, we got a Gnar back. I think Gnar is actually good. Like, you don't need too many 5-drops a lot of the time, but if you don't have a 5-drop, I mean, he gets the job done. I don't love the crack shot, but I love the flavor text. So it's a classic debate, flavor text versus thinking the card is good. We wield the Screaming Phantom, nice. I don't think Otecton Landmark's very good. It's just too much effort. 3 mana for a 1/4 is not good enough stats. And Phantom's good. Sure, we'll take a Cogwork Wrestler. Maybe something happens. Ooh, Malcolm. So Malcolm's pretty good, but we don't have a reason to be blue. Blue didn't even seem that open pack 1. And there's also a Bitter Triumph, which is just fantastic in any black deck. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black cards. I think I'm just going to take this. This card's reasonable also, because it's like actually a win con. Malcolm. We got a like last pick Cogwork Wrestler, but I just don't really want to go that direction. I was seeing some green cards. I was seeing some white cards. And I think I'm just going to take the card that... Like, the thing is it's like, if I was already blue-black, I would definitely take Malcolm. But I have one blue card, and blue didn't even seem particularly open. And it's like, I'm taking the card that's guaranteed to make my deck at, like, an 8 level. Like, let's just say it's a scale of 1 to 10. This is, like, an 8, and this is a 10. It's not actually that, but, like, the guaranteed 8 is better than the 50% chance of playing the 5, or whatever, or playing the 10 or whatever, just in terms of average power level you get. Again, like, Join the Dead over Guardian. Like, Guardian's great, but so is Join the Dead, and, like, even if this one's better, which I'm not even convinced that it is, this one's guaranteed to make my deck. I really hope I wield Brood Rage Mycoid, because that card is so good with Screaming Phantom. That would be a really good pickup. Okay, now there is a Soul Coil Viper, which I've never played and I don't love. But I could also just take Old Tech Cloud Guard. I don't have any 4-drops right now, which is pretty nice. It gives me the flexibility to take this card, which I think is a good one. It's another flyer with my kind of flying theme. This Viper does not seem that impressive to me. It's just so small. It's like the stat line isn't big. There's not a black card for that I want here. So I'm just going to take this card over, like, Cenote Scout. Because I do think my black-white deck would be my best deck if I could get it to work. Nice. Now I get another Oltec Cloud Guard. Many Oltec youth dream of one day joining the elite bat-riding cavalry of the Thousand Moons military force. Oh, it's riding a bat. That's awesome. Again, we're not seeing any black cards I care about. I don't really care about this one. Don't really care about this one. And I don't need a random green card, so. The Oltec Cloud Guard is the perfect card for my black-white tokens deck. Ooh, now there's a Tinker's Tote and a Join the Dead. What's my removal situation? I have Bitter Triumph and Join the Dead. I only have 2 removal spells. I might just need to take the Join the Dead. What's my creature situation? 12 creatures. I think I'll take... Toad is really, really, really good. Especially with my Clay-Fired Bricks and any sacrifice synergy that I pick up. I'm taking the Toad. I think the Toad's better. The other thing I like about the Toad is that it is easier to cast. Because I found a deceptive number of games where it's like just hard to cast my double black cards or whatever. Easy Deathcat Marionette for me there. And I get a Ray of Ruin anyway, so I just got a removal spell. And I already have a Join the Dead and a Bitter Triumph, and now I'm getting my 3rd removal spell. Pretty okay with this. Cartographer's Companion is fine as well. That's a way to get some extra sack fodder. Screaming Phantom number 3 over Sunscribe, and that guy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops already. This card does give me something that I don't mind sacrificing. But it's also just a 2-1. I think the 2-2 flyer that enables some Descent shenanigans is a little bit better. 2 mana, 1/4. Or Leap. I'm not going to need the Leap. Might as well take the 1/4. It goes well with my Flyers plan. Yes! We wield this guy. This is perfect. That's one of the reasons I'm happy with these Phantoms. Late Pathfinding Axe draw. I don't think I want Deconstruction Hammer, but it does play sometimes well with Flyers. I do not regret this Tote pick at all. This is going to be great. Got the Snail, the Marionette, Vito's Inquisitor, but I'm not going to play it. Might not want the Iron Paw Aspirant. Might not want this guy. I think Phantom plus Brood Rage is pretty good, but I might not play all of the Phantoms. Duskgrow's Reliquary is fantastic in this deck. 1 mana removal spell, essentially. There's also a Petrify, which is like a 2 mana removal spell. I like being able to take the thing out of play. Petrify is probably just better, though. This one has extra setup cost. I like this one. Three mana, gain 2, scry 2. Or 3 mana, 4. I mean, exiling a player's graveyard is like pretty important, I think. Also, I am streaming this live, so if you want to join in the fun, you can check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. So if I answer a question or something, that's where it's coming from. I don't actually think this card's worth taking that highly. Gain 2, scry 2 as a 3/1. I'm just going to take Petrify. Which is more likely to wield, the Mycoid or the Phantom? I don't need 4 Phantoms. I'm just going to take the Mycoid. Beautiful. I really like Echo of Dusk. This card's fantastic. We're seeing a lot of good red cards here. I think this card might be good. it has been really annoying against me. Discard, discard. I'll take the Grasping Shadows, but I don't know if I'll play it. Now we get a Sandwing. Perfect. I actually like having one Sandwing, one Spiketail. In a 16 land deck, I think that's the ideal configuration. I have room for like one more card in this deck right now. With my removal situation, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells. That's pretty good. Got some great creatures, some good synergy with the Mycoid Phantom plan. Bartolome's got some action going on. I've got good ways to fill my graveyard. The Clay-Fired Bricks is great in my kind of tokeny deck. I don't have actually that many cards, really any cards except Bartolome that care about sacrificing things. Other than like Brood Rage Mycoid likes having my stuff get descended, but I'm just kind of a tokeny deck, and the Clay-Fired Bricks is a nice way to go over the top. I'm pretty happy that I took Petrify over that random 3-1. I've already got plenty of 3-drops. It's like a 3-1 flash that can be a 4-2 or a 5-3 sometimes. Booyah, Tinker's Tote. Let's go. What a pickup. I love Tinker's Tote. I like that I took the Tinker's Tote over the Join the Dead too, because now I already have 5 removal spells. That's pretty much all I'll ever need here. And now I have 5 great 3-drops, 4 great 4-drops. Pretty solid 5-drop. This deck is looking really good to me. I think I have room for one more spell even. Oh, this is going to do it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Little removal action. Glorifier would probably be okay here, but I like the Spring-Loaded Sawblades a lot. And I wield the Dark Duskgrowth Reliquary. I kind of thought I might do this. That's one of the reasons I took it that way. I think I can just put this in and cut out the Ray of Ruin. Fanatical Offering, 1 copy could be good. Sure, I'm not going to play the Deconstruction Hammer anyway. Got another Gnawer. I'm really liking my 2-drop slot. All of my 2-drops are great. Honestly, the Snail is the worst one, but I still probably want it. So what I like to do is cut all the cards and then add them one by one. It's been really fun for me as a building approach, and I'm just going to do it that way. So I'm definitely playing both Petrifies, the Clay-Fired Bricks, the 2 Tinker's Totes. I'm playing this guy. I'm playing this guy. I'm playing Bartolome. So this is 25 cards. I got my removal spells over here. 4 of them. I'm doing well, Spaceman. Doing well. Okay. I'm going to play 16 lands plus these 2 guys. Because that gives me some nice top end and reduces my flood chances. And helps my color fixing a little bit because it gives me 9 of each source. So, that's that. I've got 2 drops to fill out. I have 4 removal spells here, so I don't think I need Ray of Ruin and Duskgrowth Reliquary. And I think Reliquary is better as just a 1-mana play, so I'm going to put this into the deck. I also don't know if I need this as well. How many artifacts do I have? I have the Tinker's Totes. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll play this one too. We'll put in the Cloud Guards. We'll put in the Cave. I think if I'm going to be doing this Descend thing, this card's good, this card's good. These 2 cards are good. And then all 3 of those are good. Maybe I just don't have room for the Gnawer. Because then I can go 1 card there, 1 card there, and be pretty happy with this overall build. Like, I don't have any 5-drops here, but that's fine. My curve is pretty low. And I think I really like the synergy between the Screaming Phantom and the Brood Rage Mycoid. Like, that's going to be a curve that I'm pretty happy with, I think. This card's fine, but nothing too special. Like, I've got some good 3-drops to hit with it. Fanatical Offering is maybe the most dicey card, but I do have a lot of stuff to sacrifice. I think. Like, I've got all these tokens. And the map token is nice. This card could be okay. How many creatures do I have? 14 creatures. And I have 1, 2, 3 cards that aren't permanents. So I'm going to be able to trigger this very consistently. 14 creatures with 2 Tinker's Totes as well. I think the closest card is Gnawer versus Fanatical Offering. Versus like a 2-mana 1/4, but I already have the Deathcap Marionettes to do that job better, I think, because they'll know trade-off. This card's not that good in my deck, because I have some death triggers, but not too many. I think it's between Offering. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops already. And I like all my 2-drops right now. I'm going to take the Offering. I have enough 4-drops. Yeah, this will be the build for now. We can always change it later. And I will see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if they've been helping you find more success in your draft and have more fun playing Magic, and you would like to show your support, then you can do so via Patreon. It is essentially a way to tip my channel, but it also comes with some cool rewards like access to my card-by-card tier list for Lost Caverns of Ixalan and other cool things like that. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support at the credits level. And if you're interested in learning more, you can of course find that at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado, though, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. This is a great hand. I love this hand. This card into this card is the perfect combo for my deck. After a Death Toucher especially. I'm going to lead with Echo because Echo can attack into Miner's Guidewing, whereas this card cannot. I'm actually regretting that decision now because all I care about is blocking whatever they play on this turn. Oh, okay. Open for a land here. Get this Mycoid down. Start churning out those tokens, baby. They could have +1/+3. They could have +2/+0 on first strike. What? I'll definitely just do that. They don't get the Explore trigger. I've 2-for-1 them. That's why I waited like that. Oh, now I kill their Scribe. Oh my gosh. Glorious. That was awesome. Next turn I can go Snail plus Spring-Loaded Saw Blades to kill their War Scribe. Get whatever's in their hand out of their hand. Nice. The format, I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Fanatical Offering was pretty good there. Snail didn't do much, but that's fine. Just going to continually trigger this guy, keep making a wide board. I don't really have a payoff for going wide. Bartolome can sack all the tokens. This card buffs them all, so this is my best payoff for going wide. But going wide in and of itself is a reward. I wish I had a Malamute War Scribe, but I don't need one really. I might be able to kill them next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom, got the win. That was nice. I love my deck's synergy level. I also have the Duskgrove's Reliquary that I was able to wheel because nobody else could use it. So that was a really sick pick. That was I felt really good about that one. I felt real good about that one. Okay, on the draw. We can keep this. Oh yeah, Jinkinator. The mirror match! I'm gonna kill this guy now because they might have some way to crew with it or something. And I have plenty of removal. Now it's their turn to use a removal spell. Back and forth they go. Wait, they don't have one? What? What? Je ne comprends pas. Pourquoi est-ce que mes opponents n'avaient pas le removal? Oh my gosh, it lines up so beautifully. Oh, that's beautiful. No! Wait, they can't take it. Okay, cool. I'm okay. I'm okay. I wonder why they didn't attack. They definitely can't block. I see, I see. Yeah, the Visage was good here. I need to draw another removal spell. Yikes. They got me. Good job, opponent. What? They're killing their own guy? Oh my gosh. To get a Tithing Blade? Oh, which they can then flip immediately? Oh my gosh. I mean, the Tithing Blade itself does nothing. The flipped version kind of does some stuff. Gosh. Tithing Blade is so bad against my deck normally. I can block the Dread Dino. They have another spell? No! Oh, man. Nice. We're back in it. They have this in play, but my deck is good. My deck has good top decks. Gosh darn it, opponent! Why? Yes! Justice! No! Stop top decking spells! Oh my gosh, they get to get a cave too. Oh my gosh. In games like this, it literally just comes down to who draws like 2 more lands. Yeah, this one's over. Yeah, they just top decked better than me when we got to the late game situation. This guy was a really good draw. I guess I could have kept my Death Toucher around, but then I'd just be at a low life total. This is crew 1? Oh my gosh, I choked. I thought this was crew 2. My bad, my bad. Okay, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I could have trued this with one of my guys and just eaten their token instead of trading with it. Good game. Oh, man. My deck doesn't do well when it... Like, their deck seems better suited for these late-game top deck situations. My deck has a lot more cheap cards in it. Like, my deck has some very good early game stuff. I had a lot of answers that game, too. I could have maybe won that game if I hadn't used my kill spell on their 2-mana 2/2. Like, I used a Bitter Triumph on that. But at the time, I had 4 removal spells in hand and nothing else to spend my mana on. And that card can, like, take over a game subtly by just scrying them into their action. They deadweighted their own Primordial Dar. That was funny. Lining up a Petrify on that card feels so satisfying. But I did learn that the thing is crew 2 instead of crew 1. Love having the Spike Tail. This hand is an easy keep. Definitely playing this instead of the land cycling. If I just draw a swamp, I can cast this guy. Yeah. This is maybe the best card in my deck just because it can buff up my all the tokens I'm making. Goodbye, Screaming Phantom. This card's pretty good here. This card was decent for them. Oh, this card's problematic. This will give me a map that I can use to craft with this guy, too. Ah. Okay. They're gonna get back their Corpse of the Lost, I guess. Playing this card alongside Song of Stupefaction makes no sense to me. Like, those cards just don't belong in the same deck. But we're going to be able to kill that, luckily. Good morning, Zuri. Having to ramp them feels bad, but it's better than letting them double up their spells. Uchbenbach, sure. Seven, eight. So I can flip this if I want. I think I'd rather just play Spike Tail. Bartolome, and then I'll flip this next turn. Would I rather have a counter and a 1/1, or this flyer still? I have a feeling they'll be able to put a card in their graveyard. And this way I get a guaranteed couple points of power. I get 2 points of power instead of 1, is the way I'm thinking about that. Ouch. Oh, that's such an ouch. They're going up to 13. That's a massive swing. Why would it tap my mana like that? This way, if I mill an artifact, I can keep the map around. Or definitely attack with everything. 4, 9. I think they're dead because of Bartolome. So they take 6, 11, 15, 17, or Bartolome kills them. So this is 2, 6, 11. This is already 15. Two, 7, 12, 16. Yeah, I'll just kill them. Boom! Got the win. That was terrifying. My gosh. The tapping thing was like, oh my gosh. Why would you do that? Why would you? I literally have, I have a black card in my hand. Aye. Nice. 2 and 1. I think black-white has been very good for me so far. The Mycoid is a new rising all-star for me. I'm liking the Mycoid. I had one in a deck yesterday, and now I've got like a couple in this deck. Feels good. Ooh, on the draw. This is definitely a keeper. All we need is a land. Doesn't even need to be a plains at first. What's with this Miner's Guidewing tech? Is that like a new thing? Why are people playing this card? I don't think it's very good. I'm going to play the Snail because it lines up so well against the Vanguard. Mycoid with Screaming Phantom is great. Explorer's Cache. Hey, Blastgoon. Nice. This is my first time really facing Explorer's Cache. If they sack the cache, that's okay for me. Old tech, sure. No, Spiketail! Uh-oh. This card's problematic. Explorer's Cache has looked really good this game. Removal spell! Petrify, petrify, petrify. Gosh, if I'd attacked first, maybe. It only gets one counter, though. Don't have anything. No! Gosh, having to lose my Mycoid was so sad. No! My Echo of Dusk! Good game, opponent. This card was so annoying. My gosh, I really want to try that myself. I really want to try that card myself now. Oh my gosh, that was so irritating. Oh my gosh. They just always had a card to go with their stuff. Oh my gosh. I needed more removal spells that game. I've had Cache before, but I've never actually played it. Like, it never really fit in the deck I was going for. Cache. This is a great hand. Oh my gosh. I wish I was on the play with this hand, but you can't always get to exactly what you want. I mean, good hands are good hands. That card is really bad, I think. Like, this card has never looked good to me. The reason I'm playing the Marionette here is because if they play a 3-drop, I want to be able to trade with it. But I also want to be able to just play Screaming Phantom this coming turn. Like, perfect. I can kill that now. I have a Death Toucher all lined up. But if I'd play the Echo, then I would be like, oh, I have to deal with this Hammer Skull. Gosh darn it. I'm going to keep going for land drops here. Get rid of their Dino. Send. Sure. This thing's gonna get tapped though. I could have played my lifelinker guy there. I didn't want to play this though. It's not ideal, but it's what you gotta do sometimes. I really don't like lining this up like this. They get rid of their land. I guess if they explore a spell, then I have to line it up like that. Gosh darn it. Mycoid, baby. I think I'm going to lose this game, sadly. Whoa! I wasn't paying attention. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Thanks for sending all your folks towards me, Florida. Whew. We're drafting. We are probably going to do another draft soon, because this game is not looking optimal. Honestly, getting owned by Glowcap Lantern right after I talked about how I thought it was bad. That is only justice. Gosh, we're so close. Do I even have an artifact in the graveyard yet? Oh, I do. I have the clay-fired bricks. Ah! Oh, no. And this thing gets to buy something back. Oh, no. And they have Join the Dead. And they're gaining 3 life. Oh, my gosh. What a swing. Oh, no. I don't think I can win this game. Let's just get that out of the way. Wow. Yeah, that's game. Well, I think my deck was okay. My draws didn't line up particularly great. And, holy heck, Glowcap Lantern just embarrassed me there. Gosh, it just made my snail useless. I think my deck was pretty good, though. I don't know. Maybe I built it wrong. But I was pretty happy with this one. I was like, okay, I've got all these tokens. I've got Clayfired Bricks to flip them. I've got the Mycoids Phantom combo. I guess Screaming Phantom just isn't that good. So if I'd like cut the 2 Screaming Phantoms and a Mycoid for like different cards, like maybe this card would have been good. There's like a lot of value. But yeah, I'm glad I tried it. And if you were watching this on YouTube and you made it all the way till the end, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag MyCombo, because it's a Mycoid combo, to let me know you made it all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.